The early 1800s in the young United States was a time of great change and even greater tension. The fledgling nation, eager to expand its reach westward, found itself in constant conflict with the Native American tribes who had called these lands home for centuries. Treaties were signed and broken, land was claimed and reclaimed, and the drums of war beat ever louder on the frontier. It was in this volatile climate that Tecumseh's War erupted, a conflict that would forever shape the landscape of the American West. At the heart of this conflict lay the fertile lands of the Ohio Valley, a region coveted by both settlers and Native Americans. For the settlers, this land represented opportunity, a chance to build new lives and forge a new destiny. For the Native Americans, it was their ancestral homeland, a place where their ancestors were buried and their future generations were meant to thrive. The clash between these two competing visions was inevitable, a collision course set in motion by the inexorable march of westward expansion. The Louisiana Purchase of 1803, while a triumph for President Thomas Jefferson, only served to exacerbate the situation. With one stroke of the pen, the United States doubled in size, opening up vast new territories for settlement and further encroaching upon Native American lands. The ink on the treaty was barely dry before settlers began pouring across the Appalachian Mountains, their eyes set on the rich farmlands of the Ohio Valley. This westward migration, fueled by dreams of prosperity and driven by a sense of manifest destiny, would have profound consequences for the Native American tribes who stood in their path. The stage was set for a showdown, a confrontation that would test the mettle of both sides and leave an indelible mark on the course of American history. And it was on this stage that two Shawnee brothers, Tecumseh and Tenskwatawa, would emerge as leaders of their people, their names forever etched in the annals of Native American resistance. From the Shawnee tribe emerged two extraordinary leaders, Tecumseh, a skilled warrior and diplomat, and Tenskwatawa, a spiritual leader known as the Prophet. Born into a time of increasing turmoil for their people, these brothers would come to embody the spirit of Native American resistance against the relentless tide of American expansion. Their unwavering commitment to their people's way of life and their fierce determination to protect their ancestral lands would inspire generations to come. Tecumseh, whose name meant shooting star, was known for his charisma and eloquence. He possessed an almost uncanny ability to unite disparate tribes under a common banner, his words igniting a fire in the hearts of those who heard him speak. He understood that the Native Americans' only hope lay in setting aside their differences and standing together against their common enemy. Tenskwatawa, on the other hand, was a man of deep spirituality. Having undergone a profound religious experience, he emerged with a message of renewal and resistance for his people. He preached against the evils of white culture, urging his followers to reject alcohol, materialism, and the encroachment of American settlers. His words resonated deeply with many Native Americans who saw in his teachings a path back to their traditional ways of life. Together, Tecumseh and Tenskwatawa formed a formidable partnership. Tecumseh, the pragmatic warrior, and Tenskwatawa, the spiritual leader, complemented each other perfectly. They understood that to successfully resist the Americans, they needed both military strength and spiritual unity. Their combined leadership would galvanize Native American resistance, posing a significant challenge to American expansion in the years to come. Tenskwatawa's teachings spread like wildfire through the villages and hunting grounds of the Ohio Valley. His message of resistance and cultural revitalization resonated deeply with Native Americans, who felt increasingly marginalized and threatened by the relentless influx of American settlers. They saw in Tenskwatawa's words a glimmer of hope, a chance to reclaim their heritage and preserve their way of life. Tecumseh, recognizing the power of his brother's message, used his exceptional diplomatic skills to forge alliances between tribes that had been historically divided. He traveled tirelessly, his words bridging cultural divides and uniting disparate nations under the banner of resistance. He spoke of the need for unity, for a pan-Indian confederacy that could stand toe-to-toe with the United States and protect their shared homeland. This message of unity was particularly potent because it tapped into a growing sense of injustice among Native Americans. They saw their hunting grounds shrinking, their traditional ways of life disrupted, and their very existence threatened by the relentless advance of American expansion. Tecumseh and Tenskwatawa offered them a way to fight back, to reclaim their dignity and protect their future. The movement gained momentum, attracting followers from various tribes: Shawnee, Potawatomi, Kickapoo, Miami, and others, all drawn together by the shared goal of resisting American expansion and preserving their way of life. This growing alliance, bound by a common purpose and inspired by the leadership of the Shawnee brothers, posed a significant challenge to American authority in the Northwest Territory. The stage was set for a confrontation that would determine the fate of Native American resistance and shape the future of the American West. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and click that notification bell. Thanks for watching This and That News.